Hello everyone, I'll survive. Welcome back to Tomb Raider Chronicles, Trajan's Markets. The first thing you want to do is come into this room for an item you absolutely do not need because you already have one. It is a laser sight. This is how thorough we're going to be. So grab that if you're really keen. Otherwise, more excitingly, you can come in here and shoot open this crate and get a crowbar, and you get some mysterious music which triggers as you pick it up, which of course signifies that you would indeed need it. There's a door there on the left that will not open, and there's an empty room there on the right, so don't bother. We have the crowbar. We have the crowbar, we have the mysterious music. This is where we need to use it. You need to come to this grey door and use it to prise the door open, because this is the correct way to go. Welcome. And if you take out Lara's pistols and shoot through this box, you can grab a small med pack that I have no intention of ever using. I'm going to be showing you how to do this level without using a med pack, in case you were wondering. And it's kind of an in-between level. There isn't very much combat, but there are effectively 3 or 4 boss type characters of varying difficulty, so see how you get on with those. Vault up onto this ledge that we're on here and do a standing jump and a grab over to this little windowsill or niche or cubby hole or whatever you want to call it. And if you're really desperate for med packs, if you're gasping for breath, grab that one and then do a standing jump back over to here, and you will just make it. And then if you hold the action button and keep your thumb/finger of choice on the directions, you can do a tightrope walk across here and course correct as you go. And we'll see how many times Lara sways and how much commentary I have to invent as we go along the way. Oh yes, quite a bit. Here's a fun fact about my life. I joined a gym today. Maybe I've been inspired by all the acrobatics that I've seen Lara Croft doing. And I've never joined a gym in my life. At the boarding school that I live at for half the year, I do have free access to the school gym. So I have been using that a little bit, but even that's a first. And there is one in the city centre near my flat where I live and where I am at the moment. So I'm going to be going there tonight. It's a 24-hour gym. So as soon as I've... Whoops. Getting a bit carried away. So as soon as I've recorded this video, I'm going to go. Wish me luck and do tell me your favourite gym stories. Right, here we go. We have crossed the way. We have survived. We didn't plunge. We can now do a standing jump over to this ledge and then vault up onto here and come onto this little grey bridge here. We're now directly above the area that we started the level in. #fun fact. So do a standing jump over to here and then do a standing jump over to this side. And the way behind Lara now is the correct way to go. But if you want some shotgun shells, and I think you do, let's face it, they're awesome. They're over here. So do a running jump and a grab and head on over so that you can grab them. I'm going to be making plenty of use of the shotgun in this level, so I want it to be full to bursting. And actually we're going to get the shotgun in case you didn't realise, although that was kind of already implied by what I just said. So yes, anyway, I'll stop rambling. Come through this doorway here and do a safety drop onto this platform, and then safety drop all the way down to here. You don't have to come all the way down if you really don't want to, as into this gate. This is the closed gate that we saw before, but there are some revolver shells or bullets or whatever you call them waiting on the ground. Plus there are some flares waiting for you on top of this slag heap or pile of rubble or whatever it is. And then if you turn in this direction and do a standing jump and a grab, you can pull up onto this ledge and then continue on, and we get a fancy cutscene showing us some cogs that we're going to have to raise and activate in order to continue with the level. Not too tricky, maybe a little bit arduous, can I say that word? Is that fair? This is my favourite Tomb Raider game, honestly. Anyway, the first thing you want to do is roll and drop down to here. You should be able to land safely, and then wind your way round in this direction, down this freshly discovered alleyway. There's a door on the left we just passed. There's a way on the right which has some cogs, the cogs that we just saw in fact. But the correct way to go is here towards this ladder. So jump on up and start climbing, and climb Lara all the way to the top towards the ominous, moody grey sky that is slightly ruined by the skybox texture of bright blue sky right beneath it. Oh well, I wonder if this game was released in a hurry. I wonder if that's what happened. Oh boy, I'm not being critical. I do love this game, honestly. Drop down to here. There are several things we need to do and may want to do, but the first of those is to do a running jump over to here. There's a little ledge here on the left-hand side. So line yourself up and then do a standing jump over and come in through this door where there's a cord that you can pull, and you will get a little cutscene showing you that it has raised the cog a little bit. But frustratingly, and this is where I only mildly implied that it was slightly arduous, we have to pull this chain 3 times in order to raise the cog to a sufficient height. So that was time number 2, pull it a 3rd time, and then it will be fully elevated, and it's in line with that other cog. We're going to set these cogs in motion. So now they are aligned, the mechanism should work, so we need to head out of the room and basically backtrack, head back the way we came, do a standing jump over to here, and then do a running jump back over to the ledge across the way. Lara should land with ease, and then line up for another running jump and a grab over to here and pull Lara up. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten the Uzi clips that are nestling in that doorway over there. So do a running jump and hold action to arc Lara in through the doorway, and you can grab them. I don't think we get the Uzis in this level. In fact, I know we don't. That circular door, by the way, is what we're aiming to open with the cogs, so be ready to go through there sometime soon. Do a running jump back over to here, and then line up for a standing jump onto this platform, and come into this room with yet another cord, pull it, and that will set the cogs in motion. The machine is working, and that circular door that we just glimpsed through the doorway will trundle open to reveal, to the accompaniment of some ominous Tomb Raider-y music, a metal statue that may or may not come to life. Spoilers, it doesn't come to life, but it is pretty terrifying, and we may or may not be fighting one of those later in the level. So stay caffeinated and be prepared. Okay, I'm going to do a roll and a dangle and a drop down to ground level. We will lose a modicum of health, but I ain't fussed. It's too small to even worry about. And activating that mechanism has also opened this trapdoor down here. And if you want the first secret of the level, you're definitely going to want to come down here, because this is where it's at. In fact, it's right there. So drop down and grab it. There is secret number 1 of Trajan's markets. And we also have some wide shot shotgun ammo that, let's face it, I'm probably never going to use. Grab that, crash into the wall, and then come round in this direction, because there is some ordinary shotgun ammo, which I appreciate much more. So snag those, and then we can head out. So vault up onto this little ledge here, and then climb back out onto the street. We can head on through that circular door that we've just opened with our coggy mechanism, and that's over in this direction and through this little doorway here. So sprint towards the statue. The correct way to go is actually in the other room, not in this one. But I'm going to grab these items now. We've got some revolver bullets or shells or whatever you call them there, and a small med pack. The reason I'm getting these now is because we're going to return to this room in a moment, and we're going to be chased by some rats that we can't kill, and they can eat into your health like it's nobody's business, and I'm trying to preserve it. I'm not using a med pack, and I don't want loads of rats gnawing at me when I'm trying to grab revolver shells and med packs that I don't need. So that's why I got them there. This is the room you need to come into, so dangle down and drop into the room. You will see we've kind of got this coin thing that I can't quite remember the name of. If you press action, Lara will use her crowbar to prise it off the gate, but this also triggers the rats, as you can tell by the terrifying music. So get out of the room as quickly as possible and try not to lose health. I'm not going as quickly as I would like, but hopefully we'll be fine. Drop down and then head towards the statue. Come through this door here, and then sprint, run like the wind, and then come to this receptacle here and put the golden coin in the slot. That is what it's called. The rats will be gnawing at your feet as you do that, so do a... I thought I did a backflip and a turn. That wasn't very good, Lara. I'm blaming Lara. It's probably me. Just get out of this room as quickly as possible without getting eaten. We've opened this gate that's taking us back onto the street that we started the level on. So welcome, but the correct way to go is actually through here. We've now opened this gate so we can go explore these new Rome side streets. And presumably this is Rome in the very, very, very wee small hours of the morning. The correct way to go is on the left, by the way. There's a pool of water. I'm just taking a little detour here to grab an item. We've got some more revolver ammo waiting at the end of this alley. So grab it. Yes, any of you ever been to Rome? Do tell me your stories in the comments below. I went in 2016 and had a blast. I went to Rome and Venice, actually, on the same trip. Very, very Tomb Raider-esque. Anyway, jump into the water, and if you come down here, There's a little gate here that we're going to open towards the end of the level, but there is a small med pack waiting outside it as well. And the correct way to go actually is up here on this platform. It's a little bit dark, so I'm going to treat myself to a flare, of which I have many. So light up the alleyway and then come round here. There is more revolver ammo, but before we can grab it, we trigger this strange spider statue character that we need to take out, and we can only kill him by shooting his eyes. So equip your revolver with laser sight and then stand roughly here and then sidestep slowly to the right until Lara goes over the tile seam, and see if you can get the statue's attention. This is actually the correct place to stand without getting zapped by the statue. He's got laser eyes. There we go. He's looking at us now. Let's get him to shoot. Alright, he's probably going to go and stay in that position for a while, and this is where you can line up. If you can see the texture seam on the floor, stand about here, or is it a bit further? I don't know. There we go. Oh, no, don't kill me. No. Well, that strategy failed. Okay. I'm going to reload and try this again. Or you can just do it like that. This was a strategy I have tried, and I actually got it off Stella. If you stand roughly on this spot, there we go, maybe that's where you need to be. If you stand roughly on this spot on the tile seam, you can shoot him without him being able to shoot you. And that's what I was trying to do. But oh well, we took care of him. I'm really not very good at that section, as you may have been able to guess. But the important thing is we have destroyed him, and we have revealed the stone that we need. And I believe this is the Mars stone. So head over here and grab it. This is going to go in the gate that we saw in the very first level. Let's check it out in the inventory. There we go, the Mars symbol. Okay, and there's a few things we need to do, so let's crack on with them. The first thing you want to do is come down here and grab these revolver bullets here. And there is a trapdoor here, and if you line Lara up with this brown side of the trapdoor, she'll open it and you can head on down to the accompaniment of more ominous music. So crash into the wall and then come into this area with the water. And I recommend staying in the water as much as possible. There's some rats that can trigger if you're not careful. And there is, waiting somewhere around here, there is a small med pack. I think it's at the other side. So grab the small med pack if you want it. And it's not at that side either. Oh dang. Okay, third time's a charm. Come over in this direction, he says confidently, and grab the small med pack that's waiting on the floor. So yoink that, and then we need to swim slightly downwards. There's a fan that's kind of pumping away at the moment, which means we can't proceed. But there is a little alcove here that we can swim through. And if you follow it round and down and round in this direction, and then swim up, you can climb out here and grab a stash of goodies. Well, one little goodie. We've got some shotgun shells. Yay. And more importantly, we have a valve that we can prise off the wall if you hit action and activate the crowbar. We're going to need this valve. There was a machine that I didn't show you that was in the room with the statue spider dude. There's a valve machine, and we can go and attach that valve to it. I'm sure valve machine isn't its technical name, but you get what I mean. You get the gist. So swim back the way you came and then back out, and I believe the door is in this direction, he says confidently. No, it isn't. I can show you this anyway though. If when you stand on one of these platforms, you do trigger some rats that I thought were going to trigger. Gosh, you know, when I was practicing this level, I was chased around by rats like crazy. There are some rats that trigger somewhere in here, take my word for it. And if you manage to trigger them, they will actually follow you into the water as well and follow you along this whole passageway too. But I've been lucky. There must be a very specific spot where they activate, and I've managed to avoid them this time, so happy days. Come back to this ladder and then return to this room. The valve machine, technical term, is directly ahead. So come through into this room. There's a little, what do you call it, little screw kind of protrudence sticking out of the wall. You can attach the valve to it and hit action again, and Lara will give it a turn. That has deactivated the big fan that was pumping away in the pool, and we're going to return there in a sec. But before we do, we have to grab the second secret of the level. So if you come onto this ledge and press up and action, Lara will grab onto this gantry, and you may just be able to see across the way we have a golden rose waiting on top of this machine. So grab it. That is secret number 2. And now you can dangle down and drop and head back to the water in the room that may or may not contain rats, depending on how you played. Okay, then roll and then dangle and drop and come back here. As I mentioned previously, we're just making our way back to where the fan was turning here in the water. So drop back in and start swimming. We can now head down because we have 0 fanage. And that's a strange word. Moving swiftly on, come down here and then through this little door. There's another little alcove here that you don't need to go down, but I will show you what is happening. There is a single item that we can grab and we can pull up. There is a large med pack in here. Where are you? Oh, right by my feet. Hello, large med pack. I don't really want you, but I'm grabbing you anyway. So snag that if you want it and then head back into the water and then swim round and head in this direction. We've got some more fans that are trundling away over here, and you may be able to see a little door that we can swim through. We need to go there eventually, but before then we need to come round past the blast of the fanage and then up this shaft here and climb out at this spot because we have some flaming torches. Not sure why, but enables us to see, I guess. And another valve, but we don't prise this one off. We just need to give it a turn, and that has deactivated the fans down below. So head back into the water and then swim all the way back down and round to where the fans were, and we can now swim through with ease. We have access to this door, so head on through and then just follow the passageway. Aim for the light, basically. Wherever you can see light beaming through, that is the way you need to go. So swim round and up in this direction until you finally see the surface of the water, where you can climb out and jump out in this spot. Okay, and welcome to the new room. Grab these shotgun shells. We're going to need those any second now. As soon as we enter, the gate closes behind us. And don't go charging ahead just yet. Gingerly line up with this shotgun and then quickly equip it in your inventory. Yes, Lara, please. Quickly equip it in your inventory. And I'm going to sidestep all the way to the left and then step forward very, very casually because, hello. As soon as we do, here we go, we get a cutscene, and this dude activates, and he's relatively easy to kill with the shotgun. It doesn't take very many shots, but he does fire these beams of energy that can deal a lot of damage, and I'm going to try and avoid them. So start shooting as soon as you get a lot, and basically wait for him to charge and let off a shot, and then fire, and I'm going to jump back, see if I can keep a lock on him. Basically, he will charge towards you and occasionally set off green shots at you, but I'm going to aim to kill him before he actually reaches us, and we'll see how we do. As I said, it doesn't actually take that many shots with the shotgun, and even though he will be getting ever closer, oh boy, wow, that was very, very close. He will die, and hopefully you won't take any damage, and then magically the window will smash, and we'll get the classic Tomb Raider theme tune, signifying to us that all is well and we're very nearly at the end of the level and there aren't any more hardships waiting for us, I don't think. There we go, that is the final symbol. I believe that's the Venus symbol or the Mars symbol. I'm all confused. It's a symbol anyway, we need to grab it. And you may also have seen the small med pack that was waiting at the entrance to that alcove. I've reloaded my game and I have already collected that med pack, and you will have done as well if you've been following my walkthrough. But I'll grab it again anyway. Right, we also grabbed some more items there. I was talking all the way over them. I think there was a small med pack and some Uzi clips. And we have another small med pack waiting for us here. So grab that and then roll and then dangle. We're back in the alleyway we were in before. And we're actually going to backtrack to the very start of the level, or near the start of the level. That's a gate that we've been through earlier. Here is the very start of the level. This is the opening street. There's another gate over here that was closed before and it's only just open, and now we can head on through and grab the third secret of the level, the third golden rose. So grab that, congratulate yourself, and then head back. More backtracking, but we can speed things up with the lovely sprint ability that we have in Tomb Raider Chronicles. So head back through the doorway and then back through the Roman streets, back along this alleyway, and as we saw in the cutscene that showed us the water, that is the correct way to go. And that is over here, so head down and head on through. The small med pack may or may not be waiting for you here, depending on how many times you died and didn't collect items. Grab it if you need to, and then swim straight ahead. Let's see what we have in the inventory. We have the Mars symbol, so this is the Venus one. And then we have all the symbols, so grab it and then surface the water here. We're actually returning to the garden that we were in the previous level. And as soon as we climb out of the water, we're going to have a cutscene and then a bit of a battle. So prepare yourself.
Come out wherever you are.
Heck, this ambushing ain't what it used to be.
Not when you're involved, no.
Practice makes perfect, I'm reckoning.
Whatever. We seem to be missing someone.
If you's talking about Frenchie, he's kinda indisposed.
And you thought you might just help yourself to his share of what's behind that gate? Unless, of course, this is just a social visit.
Well, you know I was always pleased to see a little belle like you, Laura. Be more pleased to see that last stone, though, if you'll be wanting to hand it over. That ain't supposed to happen.
Okay, we need to fight Larson, and he's relatively easy, but he can take a lot of damage if you're not careful, and he's quite quick to get rid of with the revolver. So grab that if you want and shoot at him and then just jump around. I'm not sure if you actually minimise the damage that Lara takes by jumping, but maybe we do. That's how many shots it takes. We just have to wait for him to get back to his feet and we'll get another cutscene.
Larson, behind you.
I may be a dumbass, but I ain't falling for that again.
No, really. Behind you.
Behind you! Behind you!
Oh boy, these gargoyles. Take out your pistols and start shooting immediately. These are fire-breathing monsters that are crazily difficult to kill. Well, they're not that difficult, but they take a long time, and you have to side jump to avoid their fire-breathing bolts, which is what I'm doing. And I'm also periodically tapping the look button to make Lara retarget each of the heads. There are specific moments when you will deal some damage, and you'll hear like a gasp of breath, and you may even see some blood. And that will indicate that you've hit one of them, and I think that happens just before they open their mouths to breathe fire, and you can catch fire and you can die very, very quickly, and you can also just lose general health if you get caught near the blast of one of the firebolts landing. And my record time for finishing this boss fight is a speedy 6 minutes. It takes a long time of continually shooting. I don't know if anyone else has done it quicker or if anyone has a better strategy, but this is basically what you need to do. And I keep tapping the look button to make sure Lara keeps targeting each one of them at a different time. You can switch targets, because I say I'm not sure of the optimal timing for hitting these things in the face, but tapping the look button and switching between the targets does seem to speed up the battle a little bit. And I don't think I'm going to make you watch me do all of this. At the risk of sounding like a cheat, it will be 6 minutes of me just shooting and jumping backwards and forwards. So this is the strategy. I wish you luck. It's not too difficult as long as you just time your jumps to avoid the firebolts and don't catch fire. There is actually the pool of water in the room on the right hand side that you can go in if you catch fire. But honestly, it may just be better just saving and reloading your game. So there we go, that's the strategy, and I will see you at the very end of this very long battle. Okay, that is one down. Gosh, this has taken forever so far, trust me. I do not know if I've got the right strategy for this fight at all, whether there's an easier way. I did look at the good old Stella's Tomb Raider guide, and there didn't seem to be a quicker way than this that Stella has found, other than just continually shooting, trying to target them. I don't actually know what counts as a hit. It seems you only hit them when you draw blood, but I'm not sure how the game decides when you've drawn blood or not. And I think I'm repeating myself a little bit, but yeah, this is the strategy. I'm trying to remember what Badass Games did when he fought these gargoyles. I can't remember him taking years and years and years to shoot them like it's taking me. Can anyone remember? I'll have to go back and look at his video and see what he did. That may be when I learned that there's this super fast kill them in 20 seconds method that I hadn't realised. I know there is one thing you can do actually. We have all the stones we need to get through the gates that are behind the gargoyles. So we could, in theory, go and just put them in behind the gates now and just sort of chug med packs, and if we catch fire. That's what I used to do when I was a kid, actually. And I don't fancy doing that this time, though, because obviously I'm doing this without using a med pack. Okay, I'll be back when this fight is over. Oh my days, what even was this fight? I don't know. Crikey, my hands, I can't feel my fingers. That was more shooting than I've ever done. Oh my word. Well, all the best of luck to you. Hey, I did take some fire damage, by the way. I didn't catch fire, but I did get caught in an explosion. There's some wide shot shotgun ammo and some ordinary shotgun ammo. And there's even more behind this building, actually, so do go snag it. There is even more wide shot ammo here. And I'm trying to rack my brains. Did Badass Games use the wide shot shotgun ammo when he did it? There's some sort of super strat. And I guess I could have done that, but I don't think I had enough ammo. And I didn't fancy... I'm just trying to think. I could have grabbed some, but I'd have been at risk of catching fire and all kinds of things. Anyway, get all the goodies that are waiting for you. And then the final thing that you need to do is come and put all the keys in the gates. So we've got the Mars symbol here. Slot that in and then do a fancy side jump over to here and put the Venus symbol in. And then that will open the door, which is also a magical portal to another realm. And I'm not quite sure how that works, but hey, this is Tomb Raider. It's exciting. So come through the magical portal to another realm and do a running jump and a grab across the way. That item that's right over there is the Philosopher's Stone. That's what we need. And in sort of true Tomb Raider Temple of Xi'an style, when we run towards it, the trapdoor drops away and we fall and we take some fall damage. But actually, we finished the level. There we go. Let's check the old Timex TMX. You should have 6 secrets, and if you're not using med packs like me, you have 0. That's the important thing. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Phew, I'm off to the gym. See ya.